Hi, I'm Emily Walsh. Welcome to my new channel. Some of you might know me as Slightly Crazy Vegan. This new channel is going to be about veganism and any type of activism, especially feminism. So if you want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe. Today's video is going to be about my vegan story. So let's go back to 2016 to when I was a meat eater. Now, I had many influences in my life, many vegan influences, and one of them was my best friend from primary school, Natasha. She taught me a lot of things. She was a vegan and she taught me a lot of things about the animal agriculture that I didn't know. One of those things was that cows only produce milk when they've had a baby, which I did not know, surprisingly. So she taught me that. I also had a friend named Nikki, and she introduced me to a company called Arbonne, which happened to be all vegan product brand. So, and then there was another meat eater friend, and this was a meat eater friend. His name was Ryan, and he told me about the plant-based diet. So he said that he had done lots of research online and that it was actually one of the healthiest ones. That's what he said. And I was like, that like flipped a switch in my mind. So I had lots of different seeds that were planted for many, many years. And it got me thinking, and eventually I thought, I'm going to do a vegetarian week. So basically just where, you know, all my meals for that week were going to be vegetarian. Now, you're probably wondering why I didn't go, oh, I want to be vegetarian. And that was because I wasn't even sure if I could do it. So because I wasn't sure if I could do it, I didn't want to commit and then fail. So I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll say that I'm just doing this like trial period where I go, I want to do like a vegetarian week. And that way, no one, you know, if I fail or if I decide it's not for me, that I don't, you know, then I don't have to go through with it. But, you know, at the end of the day, I was heavily considering going vegan or vegetarian. So I tried out this vegetarian week, and there was a lot of really good meals that I made, and I liked it, but the one problem is that I thought that I would be eating a lot more veggies in my meals, but it turned out that there was a lot more egg and cheese in these vegetarian meals. So that's what got me onto kind of like being vegan and everything, because I thought, no, I want it to be more healthy. I was thinking the health side, but I happened to, because I was thinking about it with a friend and we were talking about it, I decided to look some things up online, and I come across Dairy is Scary on YouTube, and I watched that, and from then on, I was like, oh wow, like I was thinking about the ethics, and I thought, oh my God, I don't want to support the dairy industry, but I was still kind of, you know, for many, many years I was, you know, I had this mindset that meat and dairy is okay for me and it's not unethical. So, you know, it was hard for me to change that mindset, but I did end up swapping my dairy milk to almond or soy milk. I actually really liked the taste of soy milk, so it wasn't too hard for me. And I changed my margarine, or my butter to Nutlix. So there was a lot of like changes that were going on, but I was still eating dairy and cheese, especially a lot of cheese. I was a big cheese lover. So after the vegetarian week, quite a few weeks after that, I was scrolling through Tinder, and I happened to find a guy who was vegan on there, and I thought, oh wow, like I would love to go on a date with him. He seemed cute, and I thought it would be good to learn more things about veganism. Now, we met up, and it was actually a really funny story. He took me to this pizza place where you can put your own toppings on there, and my original favorite back then was Meat Lovers, because I don't like pineapple, don't like capsicum, and I don't like peppers or anything like that. So a lot of it, and I didn't even know that vegan cheese existed, so I just got like a lot of meat and a lot of cheese on it. It was really funny. I was like, oh, sorry. I was one of those, oh, sorry, you don't mind. He was actually really cool. He was like talking to me about like, and we talked about veganism. We talked about a lot of things. And then afterwards I went out to a little cafe and I had some cheesecake because that originally was my favorite type of cake. So we're eating cheesecake and I was talking and I said to him, it was really funny now. I said to him, oh my God, I want to go vegan, but I'm not sure about giving up cheese because I love cheese so much, right? And he was like, well, you know, there are vegan cheeses available and there's also vegan cheesecake. And I was like, wow, like mind blown. There's vegan cheesecake. I did message him and said, oh, look, you know, I'm looking to go vegan. Do you have anything that I could watch that'll convince me to commit? And he said, Cowspiracy, Forks Over Knives, and Earthlings, because that at the time was like the most popular vegan documentaries at that particular time. So I binged watched those because I think I was in between jobs at that stage, and I binged watched them like over the next 2 days. And after that I was convinced that and it was November, so I was convinced that I wanted to go vegan, but I thought, okay, well, I'll do a transition. I wasn't one of those people that like straight away wanted to go vegan afterwards. I don't know why, but that's just, I guess my mindset took that time. Over the next month before the New Year's, I thought my New Year's resolution would be that I'll go vegan. So for the rest of November and the December, I was buying vegan products from the grocery store, but I was still eating what I had at home. Just wanted to eat what I had at home. Once that left, that was it. That was gone. I was never to buy that again. And I was buying vegan products. I was going to some vegan, like trying to buy vegan in restaurants. Okay, so the one thing that I knew, that when you do things that kind of are very out of the comfort zone of most people or very different to everybody else, the best thing to do is get a support network together. So I jumped online, I jumped on Facebook, and I got on as many vegan, local vegan Facebook pages as I could. And I talked to the people on there. I made many online friends, but the most important thing was that I met up with them in real life to make real life connections with other vegans. And that actually has served me very well because it's a very good support network for when you are down or when you need someone to vent to. The vegan people, they will understand your frustrations rather than even some of your close friends. Okay, so during that time, I was making many recipes for myself, even some vegan cheesecake, which tasted okay. My own personal ones, they didn't taste like as great as the cheesecake you buy in the store, but I also met up with a friend named Tristan, and he took me to a Loving Hut, which was really nice. That was, I think, my first vegan restaurant. And then he took me to Green Lion, and that was really amazing. Green Lion was really good, and that was when I had my first vegan cheesecake. Oh my God, it was so good. I was sold. I was like, yes, I can do this. This cheesecake tastes exactly like regular cheesecake. I can do this. This is amazing. And I wouldn't have been able to do it without meeting up with some vegan friends. And I also met up with many more afterwards, and they have all served me really well in my transition and also continuing to remain vegan. Okay, so now, of course, before New Year's, I had Christmas. Now, for Christmas, I always meet up with family, and we always have a family get-together that goes late into the night. Now, I hadn't fully transitioned to veganism. I was still eating some meat products and some dairy products here and there. So I didn't really think it would be fair to ask my family to cater for me when I wasn't fully committed myself. I think that's the difference. When you ask someone, when you request a certain meal from someone, you have to be committed. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. And my family, they are full of like processed meats, cold meats especially. I hated the food a lot before I went vegan, so and they had a lot of dairy and a lot of egg products. So yeah, I went through so I went to Christmas dinner, Christmas dinner, and I was eating all that stuff, you know, like, okay, I'm gonna go vegan next year, and I'm eating all the regular stuff, and almost no, I noticed that there was like no vegan options. So I thought, oh, that's gonna be a worry for next year. Anyway, later in the night, like I think it was just before midnight, because like I said, we party into the night. Oh my God, I just got flushed with I was just so sick. I became really, really ill, and I had like no blood flow in my face. Like my face went really white, and I was like, oh my God. And I went into the toilet, and I had bad diarrhea. And then I even threw up on the floor. So that, I mean, I've never had that really happen before. And I was fine the next day. So it definitely was what I had eaten, and everybody else was eating the same meal and no one else got sick. So it was pretty obvious that my body wasn't used to the processed meats, dairy, eggs, and all that anymore. Like my body was already, even though I was still eating it occasionally, my body was already like, no, this is way too much. So I got really sick. So New Year's came around, I thought, yep, okay. And then my dad got me salad and fruit salad, like the plainest salad and fruit salad. And I was like, really, Dad? Are you serious? But I knew from that what I was in for. I knew, I would have been like, oh my God. So I knew that now that I would have to make sure that people even had options or bring my own options. So that taught me a good lesson. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have vegan, so I'm going to eat meat. So they had, I think, lamb, and my dad's like, why aren't you going vegan? I'm like, yeah, but I'm going vegan in the new year, so that's next year, right? So I'm allowed to eat it up until midnight. I did not think like a meat eater at the time. It was just something that I was like, yeah, I'll do, it'll be great for the animals and the environment. And I didn't have it in my head and just yet. And that was the last meal that I ever had. That was the last meat meal that I ever had, because I think I've had some cheese later on, but by accident. But I don't think I've ever had meat by accident in the last 4 years that I've been vegan. So the last meat that I ever ate was, I think, lamb. It was like a steak type of deal. Oh, and that was, yeah, my last ever meal. And that's my vegan story, and I've continued to make vegan friends in real life. We meet at the vegan markets and we go to vegan campouts, and it's been really, really good. And I suggest that everybody else, if they want to go vegan or if they are vegan, to make sure to make vegan friends online and vegan friends in real life, because they really support you and you will learn so much from them that you probably wouldn't have before. Also, vegan YouTubers as well, such as me. So subscribe to this channel. If you want to learn more about veganism, I'd like to come out with some videos that will help new vegans. So that's my vegan story. I hope you really enjoyed it. Please, I'd really love to know your vegan story. So message me in the comments. Let me know how long you've been vegan and what made you go vegan. Have a good day, everyone. Mwah.